this is Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. It's wonderful to have you back. If this is your first time here, welcome. And today I am completely barefaced because I wanted to test out the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I also wanted to share or compare it to the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And I have both of these in the fairest that they come, and the Tarte Shape Tape is in fair. The Revolution Conceal and Define is in C1, and you can see that they are very different in size. So let's see how much product is actually in each one of these. The Conceal and Define by Revolution is 0.14 ounces, and in the Tarte Shape Tape is 0.338. So let me get my phone and let's do some quick math. So I just did some quick math on the Tarte Shape Tape, the amount of product that you get in this versus this, the Revolution. And this is a little less than half of what you get in the Tarte Shape Tape. Okay, so the Revolution Conceal and Define is $9 versus the Tarte Shape Tape, which is $27. So this is still a better deal. Any way you look at it, this is definitely a better deal. But let's see how they compare. First of all, I'm going to do hand swatches comparing these two. And let me scoot you back as far as I can for the moment. Okay, this is the Shape Tape wand. You know, I'm sure most of us are familiar with that. And it does grab a good bit of product. So I'm going to place this on my hand. And there we have definite full coverage. And if you want to see that in just one swipe, this over here is just one swipe. Okay, let's see how that compares to the Revolution. The Revolution Conceal and Define has a very similar applicator. It does not have the little stopper that the Tarte Shape Tape has down in the bottle that kind of cleans off a little bit of the product from the upper part of the wand. But while I have them open, why don't we compare the two wands? They are similar in size to the Tarte Shape Tape. It's just a little bit larger. And I think they're about, well, the Tarte Shape Tape is actually a little bit more plush as well. So those are similar in shape and size, but they are not exact. Now let's check for the color and also consistency and coverage. So I'm gonna do what I did in this first swatch, where I'm gonna go back and forth with the wand a few times. So, it's pretty good coverage. Let's see what one swipe does. And that is one swipe. Not quite as full coverage as the Tarte Shape Tape, but I'm gonna see if we can build it up a little bit. Let's see how buildable it is. It's actually very buildable to about what the Tarte Shape Tape would be. And the Revolution has more of a blue or pinky undertone, wool-based undertone, while the Tarte Shape Tape has more of a neutral undertone. So now we're gonna try it on my face. And as you can see, I have really, really bad rosacea, and I have been out in the sun a good bit today, so it's kind of amplified even more. And also with it being hot out, it's amplified even more. Okay, now I want to see how the Tarte Shape Tape and the Revolution Conceal and Define perform on the skin, because you can have swatches that look the same or different, yet they perform the same on the skin, or they may very well perform differently on the skin. It just makes a big difference when you apply them. So I do have a dampened beauty blender, and I will be using one side for the Shape Tape, and I will be using this less marbled side for the Conceal and Define. So I'm gonna start with the Shape Tape. My my nice trusty kind of everyday go-to Shape Tape. And I'm gonna see how this covers up this red rosacea, and I'm gonna do this on the right half of my face. So let's see how this covers up the rosacea. That's one swipe, so let's just try. You can see that actually blended out, and that one swipe about did the whole half of my face. Not that it's a foundation, but from the distance, it definitely helped to mute that redness compared to the other side. Now I'm going to use the other side of my beauty blender, and we're going to try the Revolution Conceal and Define. And this definitely does not clean off like the back of this like the other one does, which I do prefer that. So I'm just gonna I think they're actually very similar in coverage. I will scoot you in just a little bit. And you can see they're very, very similar in coverage. So let's see if we can build it up and block out the redness even more. Because if you can block out this redness, you can cover some under eye bags. So let's I'm smelling something floral. I'm not sure what that is. I don't think the Shape Tape has basically no smell. Let's see if the Revolution has any smell. No, I'm just smelling something floral for no reason, I guess. And this that's 2 layers on either side. I would say the Shape Tape side is definitely blended a little bit. I think this side of my face might have been a little bit more bright with the rosacea, but overall it did blend pretty well. Now I'm gonna go and apply foundation and some lipstick off camera, and I will be back and we will do a test in other areas over foundation. And I'm gonna apply the same primer and foundation that I usually use, which is the Becca First Light Primer and the Becca foundation. And that's typically a 1 coverage foundation for me. So I will be just back in just a few minutes. I'm back from putting on my foundation and a little lip color, and now I'm ready to see how these two perform against each other. And again, I'm going to put the Tarte Shape Tape on my right and the Revolution Conceal and Define on my left. And I purposefully left foundation out from under my eyes so we can really see how these two perform. And so I'm going to scoot you in so you can see a lot better. And you can see rosacea is still showing through a little bit. So I would probably go ahead and either do an extra layer of foundation, or I would use a little concealer just to kind of go over those areas. So we will do that as well. We will start out by covering these under eye circles that I have. And they're pretty dark today for me, just because of stuff that was going on yesterday. And this is the Tarte Shape Tape. So I'm gonna apply, and I'm glancing down to a mirror, but I'm gonna apply just not a lot, but some underneath. And I'm going to use the same side of the Beauty Blender that I used for the Shape Tape before, just to blend this in. So one thing great about rosacea is I save on blush. I hardly ever have to use blush. But sometimes I do white out my face too much and I do end up using blush. So that is the Tarte Shape Tape. It pretty seamlessly covers up those lines or the circles, the darkness, and it gives me a nice bright finish. It also does not tend to settle into lines. One thing I also like to do under my eyes, because I am starting to get a few little lines under there, is I will kind of stretch my skin out by making one of the faces that we all make. And I will take just a clean part of the Beauty Blender and go over those lines and just remove any product that may be settling into those lines. And so now I'm going to take the Revolution on the left side, and I'm not going to clean it off. Honestly, that blends basically as seamlessly as the Shape Tape. And let me go underneath my eye and get anything that might settle into lines. And honestly, if I look really up close in the camera viewfinder, I honestly really can't tell a difference. And looking in the mirror, I honestly cannot tell a difference. They really do look the same to me. Now I'm gonna see if I can kind of get rid of some of this extra redness as well that the one layer of foundation did not cover up. So let's go in with some Shape Tape. And I think that took care of the redness. and you can see that redness is gone, I would actually apply blush over this more than likely. And now I'm going to go in over here with the Revolution, do the same thing. And I might see a little bit more coverage on this side than this side, but I will say this side of my face looks more cakey than this side does. So you can look at it and you can judge for yourselves. Okay, now for my final verdict. Are the Tarte Shape Tape and the Revolution Conceal and Define dupes in my eyes? Honestly, yes they are. They are very, very similar to the point where if I had someone come up and look at both sides of my face, I don't feel that they could actually tell that they were completely different concealers overall, because the differences are so minuscule. You do get less than half the product in here, but you're also paying $9. Whereas you get over double the product in here and you're paying $27, so 3 times more. Is that worth it to you? Both seem to be good concealers. This one does last all day. I have tried it, and this one also lasts very well. I've tried it as well, and honestly, they're pretty good dupes of each other. I can honestly say that. So if you did like what you saw and you want to see more, and you want to join the family and come along for this ride and adventure with me, then hit the subscribe button down below. Also, you may want to click on the bell notification button, because YouTube doesn't always want to show you what is in your feed unless you hit that button. Then more than likely you will hopefully know whenever I upload. Otherwise, you may not see it. So that will help you out. And also, what would help me out is if you could hit the like button if you liked this video. If you didn't like this video, hit the dislike button. Either way, it helps me out. I would love to hear comments from you all. Give me some video ideas. I'm up to doing things besides makeup, challenges, taste tests, ghost hunting, whatever. I'm up to it. So just give me some ideas of what you would like to see, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye.